and welcome to week 2 of the New You Challenge. Today we're going to be talking about the non-negotiables, what they are, how to set them, and how to figure out what we need to set to make our non-negotiables. So Luke, would you like to start off with talking about what non-negotiables actually are?
These are what we class as sort of like a daily habit that should be non-negotiable on best days and on your worst days. So we keep them as minimums as well, so we'll go into that a little bit more in a second, but it should be, well, we've got 3 basic ones, and then from there you can add your own as well. So like I said, the first one we started off with 2 litres of water. That's a minimum. Obviously more is not always better, but sometimes you can get a little bit more in there. Number 2 is going to be to move for 15 minutes every day. So for some people that'll sound pretty easy, might be ticking that off already. For some, if you are like sort of driving or sat at a desk a lot throughout the day, just getting up and making the effort to move for an extra 15 minutes as a minimum every day. And like I said, that should be on your worst day. So that could be on days where you don't tend to do too much. It could be on holidays. Like, can you still tick these non-negotiables off? So they should be achievable on pretty much any day.
Especially Sundays.
So that's sort of what they are. Why we set them is, so like I say, even on them days where you might not have the chance to sort of get what we're classing as the right foods in, get the right meals in, you might not get a chance to get to the gym. Life might just happen and you might just not be able to do certain things. If you can still tick off at least sort of 3 of the very basics, then in our opinion you've not had that much of a bad day. Like, if you can drink 2 litres of water, you can move for 15 minutes, and if you can get the 3rd non-negotiable that I'm not revealing just yet, then to be fair, you've not had that bad of a day. So that's why we set them, so that we don't always just feel like we're failing and I ain't trained today, I ain't done it, So if you can tick them off, then that's not a bad day for us. What was we going into next?
How to achieve them. So to make them achievable, like Luke's already said, you have to set them as something that you can achieve even on your worst days. So even, like you say, when life happens, you need to be able to do it. So like drinking water, getting 15 minutes of movement in, no matter how busy, chaotic, crazy day is, you should be able to achieve them. So whatever you set as your non-negotiables from now and onwards as well, always remember that you should be able to achieve them on your worst day. So don't set a non-negotiable of 10,000 steps every single day, because sometimes you actually can't get that in, but 50 minutes of movement you definitely can. So yeah, making them achievable
and deciding what they are. So that is another thing. Like I say, we've got 3 that we will be setting as part of this challenge. From there you can add your own in, but again, it's got to be something that is achievable. And say, for example, your 4th one might be to train in a gym 3 times a week. Everyone's is going to be different. That is just an example, but that might be the one that you add in. Is that realistic? Like, are you realistically going to get to the gym 3 times a week? If you are, then great. But if not, maybe just aim for a minimum as a 1, and then 3 would be a bonus. You're aiming for 3 most weeks, but on your worst week, if you can get to the gym once, if you can get to the gym once on a week that stuff happens, shit happens, you're busy, then you've had a good week. You tick your non-negotiable. So that is how we would go about trying to set your 4th one. You don't need to worry about that just yet. Obviously, we've got number 2 and 3 coming in this week. Number 4 will be in the weeks to come.
Yeah, so a few people said that in the goal setting, what they want to improve on this week, we was looking at things like sleep, water, steps, tracking food and nutrition. We will in the future work these into your non-negotiables and go over each one of these in a little bit more in depth and look into that topic more. Like we say, for now, let's just focus on the 2 non-negotiables, and then everything will come with time.
Yeah.
So that's everything from the non-negotiables. Thank you for listening, and then we'll get back to you on a Wednesday with the Q&A.